thought we were done, but we are not. We have got a bronze round here to do. And that, ladies and gentlemen, in the red is Kelazhur. Playing as Terran.
His opponent in the bottom left, also Terran, but in the blue, his name is BattleB. So, it's everybody's favorite matchup. TVT, chat can confirm.
True. What's the worst mirror?
At one point in time, I would have said PvP, but I actually, as far as playing goes, I really do like PvP, and I know a lot of people don't like watching ZVZ. Actually, I don't mind watching ZVZ at all, and I actually enjoy playing it. Yeah, so I'm not even trying to do the diplomatic caster thing. If I don't like something, I will say so in a forthright manner. But yeah, I really don't know what the worst mirror matchup is. I do like them all. I guess Roach v Roach can be dull sometimes, and at certain points in the meta, Muta versus Muta was dull, but overall, I kind of like all mirror matchups. TVT is very difficult for me to play, but I really enjoy watching it. Especially if it's Bio versus Mech, I love it. But even Marine Tank versus Marine Tank, the positional battles around the map are fantastic. What do you think?
I think that's very volatile. Like, if it's involving the Marine Tank stuff, then, you know, things just get pretty volatile and exciting to watch, in my opinion.
Yeah. I will say that TVT can be very anticlimactic in the early game. So it's like you pass a series of checks, and if the Terrans, you know, if they're equally matched, if they're both on top of their game and they get into the mid game, or like at least into the early mid game with Marine Tank versus Marine Tank, it often ends up being a fantastic battle. However, you can easily lose. Just one misclick in TVT early game, you can easily just lose outright, and that can be very anticlimactic.
Yeah, for sure. Well, so far everything's pretty mirrored, I have to say. The exception of that siege tank. Everything's pretty much the same. We're gonna have a Medivac as well for an early drop, but I guess it's not happening anymore. Not with the early units dying like that. Because they're coming in to do some damage, and sure is getting it done.
Yes, he is. That's a very threatening force. Just lost his first unit now.
Damn, son. And he's leaving now. He can heal up that Hellion later. The Reapers will take care of themselves. Very independent guys. Those are.
So, of course, a medevac this early, that is not a medevac that typically is meant to just stay at home. Normally, you would expect to see an early drop. In fact, I think we're going to see the Marines and the Cyclone, but they get spotted by the Reapers.
Boom. Down it goes.
Yep, so Kelazhur knows what's going on. He knows about the tank, knows about the medevac. He pretty much has access to all information. Should be in fine position to defend whatever may come.
Both sides will be continuously making ravens, or at least until they have like 3. Sometimes you see like even 4 ravens for these bio tank fights. Can be really useful when you can chain stun, well, chain lock down all of those tanks. Hey, that medevac is so low. Do you think that can be locked onto? Ah, he leaves.
So almost got it. Good job there by BattleB to keep that Cyclone alive, to keep the medevac alive.
And I won't say he needed that, because earlier he lost a lot more units, right? But now, now he's kind of, you know, conserving his own guys, and he's a little ahead in supply. It's not bad.
Yeah, things are pretty well equalized. Again, as I was mentioning before, TBT tends to play through like a series of checks, and the next check here is going to be, can you defend the first mid-game push without sustaining significant losses? And a lot of times the way you sustain significant losses or make substantial gains is by sieging up first or getting off the disables from the Ravens prior to your opponent.
Well, let's see. BattleB does have a lot more Marines, but if they're a little out of position, that shouldn't matter too much.
Yep. Oh no!
Oh,
The tank goes
okay,
down.
it does matter.
Without, yeah.
Kelazhur was out of position actually, and he might even lose a Raven for that. Damn.
Yeah, that's very painful for Kelazhur. There's just one Raven, one tank before they really got anything done.
He crushed this attack. Damn, that's so painful for Kelazhur. He's gonna have to go home all the way and just macro up and maybe try again later. I mean, there's this good old supply limit mechanic, which eventually will let him catch up, so...
Yeah. I think in all likelihood, Kelazhur is going to have to defend the next attack. I don't think we're going to see him push across the map and attack now. He's sustained substantial losses there. He doesn't really have any threat at the moment. He has no drop or anything like that. And sure enough, as I say that, we do see BattleB pushing across the map. He knows he won that last fight. He knows he has the potential to make something happen here, and he's going to try to get it done.
Yeah, this is very, very cool. Stim is about to kick in, but it's gonna do so first for Kelazhur, so BattleB definitely doesn't want to charge into that just yet. And I don't know about attacking from the low ground. That seems like he's conceding something here. Oh no. Did I just crash? Are you still here, Symphonic?
Yeah, I think you went robotic on me for a second there. I'm not sure
okay,
what
that
happened.
was my problem then, but we're good, we're good. Anyways, BattleB just takes the game right there.
Yeah, unfortunate timing on the little glitch. Guessing it was Discord, but yeah. So the big win at the at his own base, the big defensive win for BattleB, just immediately translated into that cross map push. He got into position up on that third base there. There wasn't too much that Kelazhur could do.
Game 2 after bronze match is about to commence here, guys, and we've got Kelazhur in the red. He needs to get back into this, otherwise he only gets the 4th place prize, which is still something. But he definitely wants third.
His opponent is in the bottom right-hand corner of the map. He's in blue, and his name is BattleB.
A bee that does battle. True.
We could be seeing Reapers here. Lots of Reapers. 2 racks, double gas.
Yeah, I mean, multiple Reapers can definitely make a lot happen here, but there is a huge rush distance to overcome, so factory units might be able to be out in time? Don't know. It's definitely gonna do some damage.
Yeah, for sure. I think, typically what we'll see here is like a 1 Reaper advantage, obviously in favor of the player who has the additional barracks, but usually like the first Hellion will be out or just coming out when those Reapers arrive. So the question kind of becomes like, what kind of damage can you get done with the first couple of Reapers? If you can get damage done, then you'll often look to snowball that. So yeah, sure enough.
Also with the slow zones, it's it's gonna take a bit longer.
Exactly. So here's something that is interesting. It's going to be a reactor after the second Reaper. So it's 2 Reapers versus 2 Reapers for the time being. That, as I was saying before, they show up right as that Hellion's about to pop. So no real damage just yet. I think, would they get an SCV? Uh-oh, no, this is trouble.
No,
this
that's
is
a
big
huge
trouble.
mistake. Oh, both of them picked up, and the SCV.
Yeah.
The Hellion
Very
can't fight
successful
3 of
attack.
those.
No, not at all. The Widowmine is going to have to join. Very successful attack here for Kelazhur, and this still has potential to snowball. Might sacrifice the low health Reaper. That's exactly what he does. He's going to take out that Widowmine and come up here. If he wants, he really could pick off some Marines as they come out too. It looks like he wants to wait for more Reapers to join.
No, he's just gonna kill that CC.
Yeah, this is a very substantial advantage here for Kelazhur now. Very successful attack. There's the cancellation. Oh my, it might get worse from here. Yeah, that's a straight up tap out. It's just about to say, once that Hellion went down too, yeah, there's just nothing that you can do at that point. And once again, you know, the TVT plays out as we were discussing before. In the early game, you know, you make that one mistake, and TVT is arguably the easiest matchup to snowball once you get an advantage in the early game.
Sure. There is only thing that I can really compare to the volatility is big Baneling connection on Zerglings. Like
Very true. Yeah.
There's nothing
very
else. Or
Yeah.
Baneling on Baneling too, actually. But yeah, same thing. Hi. Who this? This BattleB. He's playing Terran.
The bottom left, also Terran, wearing blue, looking to take that bronze medal here in the final game of our fourth place match. It is Kelazhur.
Completely mirrored builds. No messing around. No proxies. Yet.
Yep.
Fight season later.
Yet. So it's looking like SCV Scout versus no SCV Scout? Nope, spoke too soon. Just a slightly later Scout for Kelazhur. Unless, of course, we have a proxy, but...
So where's the Banshees at? That's usually a pretty good unit in TVT. Haven't seen one in a while. Actually, we've seen some in the special series, right? That was the TVT there.
I know we saw them in the TVZ. I actually don't recall if we saw them in the TVT.
Okay. Too many games.
Yeah, been a lot of games. It's been... I've lost track of time. What are we up to? It's like about 4 hours straight of games now?
I think so.
Not complaining. I love it. So, pretty conservative builds here on both sides. In fact, pretty well mirrored for the most part, with the exception of Kelazhur now going for a Cyclone, whereas BattleB went for a Starport burst. But yeah, things are pretty much equal at the moment.
Yeah, they're not doing any early harassment either. They're just sitting at home. Like I said, they're not messing around. They don't want any risks. Because you attack and you lose one unit that can snowball immediately.
Yep, we saw that last game. Very, very unforgiving in the early game. Technically, at any phase in the game. With TVT, all it takes is walking into a tank line, or if you're a mech player, getting caught with your siege tanks unsieged. So yeah, lots of ways that you can lose quickly.
Just getting doom dropped as well. Can be really, really painful. There's a drop for the tank and marines, which means there's probably not gonna be a wait, are they gonna meet here? I think the Reapers will see this.
Yeah, they definitely will. In fact, immediately pulls. Kelazhur is going to send them back home to try to defend. BattleB is going to try to pick off those Reapers, which he does successfully.
Nice one.
Yeah, Kelazhur is actually, he's looking pretty aggressively to try to catch the medevacs with his Cyclones, but he's not going to be able to do so. Doesn't look like it anyway.
No, he just happened to look in the wrong place. Wait!
Oh my!
I think he's got it.
He's going to get it now? I think so, yeah.
There's not gonna be a drop here, and uses his own medevac to get out of there. Good?
Yeah,
Good stuff.
You know, that's a fantastic decision he just made too. So he knows that he doesn't have to worry about a drop now. He, I believe he saw the tank as well from BattleB, and so he's just going to try to go across the map immediately and try to get some damage done. Looks like BattleB's going to be in position to stop it though.
Yeah, that's some great work there.
Yeah. Hellion and maybe a Reaper, not sure. No, looks like it's going to get away. But just those little decisions like that, I just love seeing. It's indicative of high-level play, where Kelazhur realizes, okay, your medevac's gone. There's no real threat now. I'm going to head across the map immediately and see if I can get some damage done. Now, it didn't quite work out. BattleB was ready to meet him. But just, you know, just the game awareness is just so high with these players.
Yep, for sure.
Bit of a threatening attack, marching across the center of the map here from BattleB. Got a host of Marines. Yeah.
That's really a lot. I'm not exactly sure that can be defended, but I guess if BattleB turns around, it's fine. Because then Kelazhur has time to make more units, get that Raven energy, and with the disables, it should be more than okay. Wait, it's been a auto turret drop as well.
Yep, few worker kills there. Kelazhur looking to pick off the tank. He just does. That's actually quite significant. This is a 2-tank push now instead of a 3-tank push. That can be a huge difference in these TVT battles.
No, you can't go into that. There's 4 tanks and Vikings here.
Yeah, exactly. There's no push potential at all now for BattleB. The best he can do is contain, and even then he's got to be careful because there are a couple of Vikings here that are going to look to take out those Ravens.
Oh, uses the chunk of Marines immediately.
Yep. This is starting to turn in Kelazhur's favor. I mean, he has, there's no impetus for Kelazhur to move out. He can if he wants, but he doesn't have to. One disable goes down. Some auto turrets.
Kelazhur is really not taking that much damage, and he's pushed this back, I think. Wait,
So
that medevac is just going around? Okay.
Yeah,
That's a little risky.
I will say, I like that last engagement a little better from BattleB. I think Kelazhur was a bit impatient trying to break through there. I think he only had 1 disable off, and the tanks ended up putting in some work.
Also at the same time, BattleB is actually macroing up at home, so that's nothing to ignore either. I mean,
Yeah, you're
there is
absolutely
an orbital command in the base of Kelazhur, and he is dropping, so he's making up for it, kind of.
Yep, got some more SCVs, might get a Viking.
Well, the Vikings are joining in the fight.
Liberators are out at home now for Kelazhur. That should be enough to push BattleB back, and not a moment too soon. Kelazhur really wants to get his third base down and mining as soon as possible. He's able to pick off another tank there too.
It's pretty good stuff. Only now will Kelazhur go for the third base though, but he's got a ton of workers to transfer. Oh, there's still some extra in the main that he can transfer. That's a full mineral line already. Nice.
Yep, yeah, he's had a slight worker lead, but just hasn't been able to realize it until now. He's finally able to get that third base down, but I would say that both players are in pretty good position here. It's looking like we are going to have just a pure marine tank or a bio versus bio matchup, and BattleB has to be careful not to get caught unsieged. Does a good job getting in position. Both players shelling away at the Marines of their opponents. Resources lost somewhat significantly, favoring BattleB at this moment. He's actually ahead 3 tanks.
It's quite a bunch here. I have to say that BattleB's Marine army is also just so huge right now.
Yeah.
Not all of it is with the frontal attack, but you know, if he can just regroup and make a big push happen, like on the 4th base or something like that, that could go a really long way. But actually he's pushing for the 3rd using the rocks as cover. Great flank from the Marines as well. Tanks actually able to shoot each other there.
Liberator comes through in the clutch once again. It is 1 Viking versus no Vikings, and it doesn't look like, at least as of now, BattleB has any plans to contest that. He's still going into medevac production.
Here's another thing. The 2-2 is way faster for BattleB, so if he's patient and waits for that and just macros up, I think he has a huge timing attack here. But it's easy for us to say, he doesn't see the timings.
Kelazhur is actually stimming forward. The Marines do dissipate. Man. However, reinforcements arrive just in time.
Well, he did pick off 2 tanks, so that's pretty good.
Yeah, and also BattleB was able to get a cancel on the 4th base of Kelazhur while establishing his own 4th base at home. Center of the map engagement again. BattleB sieges up. Kelazhur can't make any more forward progress there. It has to be very careful not to run into the tanks. Still 1 Viking against 0. It's pretty much just Marine medevac tank for both players. Very, very even game so far. Slight edge to BattleB, especially when, if you can engage during this 2-2 versus 1-1 window.
Well, the supply lead is definitely there. It's just the armies are in so many places because he's had these drop defense groups. But if all of it goes together, I think BattleB has a really good chance. I'm a little worried for Kelazhur actually, because this is our last game for today. So whoever wins these next fights will probably go on to win the game as well, the series.
Agreed. He's been just slightly behind for a while now. His third base was later. His fourth base was later due to being canceled. There is an attack coming in on the left side for BattleB. Kelazhur's going to have to pull back. He has a few tanks that are on siege. In fact, all of them are on siege. The concave of Marines pushes forward from BattleB.
Oh my god. Picks off so many of the Marines and all the tanks are gone. BattleB just got so far ahead in supply. Because they're plummeting down all the way to 116. That is trouble.
Yep, it's trouble. It's about to get a whole lot worse as a huge army from BattleB is going to push into the third, and GG is called. BattleB is the third place bronze medal winner.
Excellent games right there. Wow. Big shout out to all our patrons. You enable us to make better content, host larger tournaments, and to give more back to the community. If you haven't already, make sure to collect your perks. Our next Patreon goal is set at $300. It will allow us to double all tournament prize pools in Season 2. Feel free to comment, like, and subscribe, and we will see you in the next one.